Welcome to the notes on graphing linear equations using tables. Okay, so what are linear equations? All right, well, you see in the word, they have the word line. All right, when you graph these, they should form some sort of straight line. If they don't, check your points to make sure that they're correct. All right, and then how do you know it's going to be a linear equation? I just kind of like to say, hey, there's not going to be any exponents. All right, just variables. All right, x and y, maybe just x or just y, but there won't be any exponents. Okay, using tables. Again, they will form a straight line. So let's look at the first example, 2x plus y equals 5. So what do I mean by a table? Well, we're going to kind of form a little table over here. All right, we're going to put our x values on the left. We're going to put our y values on the right. Okay, now what values do you pick? Well, you get to pick any values you want. Pick any values. Now, I like to pick all for one side or the other, all x or all y, and I like to use small numbers that are easy to manipulate. So for this first example, I'll use the numbers I'm going to use for x. I'm going to go -1, I'm going to go 0, and I'm going to go 1. Now, how do we come up with our y value? Well, we're going to substitute these in for wherever we see an x. Okay, so here we go. So for -1, we'll just kind of do it down here. We're going to go 2 times, all right, -1, all right, plus y equals 5. And now all we're going to do is we're just going to solve for y. So 2 times -1 that's -2 plus y equals 5. So add the 2 plus 2 plus 2. So then we get y equals, all right, 5 plus 2 is 7. So I know I'm going to have the point -1, 7. That is going to be a point on our graph. Now we're going to do the same thing for 0 and 1. So now for 0, okay? I'll just kind of do it right below it. All right, we're going to go 2 times 0. All right, do that in blue because that's what we're substituting for x. Plus y equals 5. Okay, 2 times 0, that just becomes 0. So y equals 5. So where I have a 0, my y value is going to be 5. Okay, and then finally we'll just do the 1 right here. So I'm going to kind of do that one. We'll do it right. I think we got room right here. So I'm going to do the 1. All right, 2 times 1, I'm not solving for 1, plus y equals 5. Just got some wrong colors here. Plus y equals 5. Just wanted that first part in blue. 2 times 1 is 2, plus y equals 5. And I think you guys know I'm going to subtract 2. So y equals 5 minus 2 is 3. So my third point is going to be 1, 3. That's how we come up. Now, these are ordered pairs, okay? These are ordered pairs. I could rewrite them as, -1, 7, 0, 5, and 1, 3. The last step is just to plot these on the graph and form our line. So here comes the first point, -1, 7. Remember, start at the origin. You go back 1, -1, then up 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here's the first point, -1, 7. Now, next point, 0, 5. So I start at 0. I don't have to move left or right. I just go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's my second point. And then my last one is 1, 3. So from the origin, I go over 1. Then I go up 3. 1, 2, 3. There's my point. And then you guys will see I've got a straight line that goes, when I connect these, I should have a pretty straight line. Oops, and I kind of messed up that a little bit, but I can move this thing. But when you guys have a straight edge, all right, it should go through all 3 of the points. All right, if I rotate that thing up, got to manipulate this thing a little bit. You guys get the idea. There it is, okay? So our line goes right through those 3 points. That's what we want. Okay, little tip. All right, when graphing a linear equation in 2 variables, if it's solved for y, all right, solve for y. All right, then it may be easier to find work by choosing x values. All right, if it's solved for x, all right, well, then it may be easier by choosing, I'll kind of erase that, solve for x, find y values. Okay, just kind of keep that in mind. But again, you can pick any 3 that you want. All right, let's do 2 more quick examples. So here we go. X equals 3y plus 6. So here's our table. Okay. X on this side, y on this side. Now it's solve for x, so let's pick our y values. Let's just go 1, 2, 3. Okay, now we know we just got to solve those points. So x equals, to find x, we'll plug in 1. So x equals, all right, 1, or minus 3, excuse me, minus 3. All right, times 1. We said y is going to be 1. All right, plus 6. So x equals negative, oops, sorry, that should be in blue, sorry, plus 6. All right, x equals negative 3, so that's negative 3 times 1 is negative 3 plus 6. So that answer is going to be negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. So 3, 1 is 1 point. Here we go for 2. Just going to plug them in again. X equals negative 3 times 2 this time for our y, plus 6. When I do that, negative 3 times 2 is negative 6 plus 6. Well, that's going to be 0. So 0, 2 is a point. And then when y equals 3, so x equals negative 3 times our y, which is 3 plus 6. All right, negative 3, oops, again, negative 3 times 3 is negative 9 plus 6, so that is negative 3, 3. There's our 3 points. Let's graph them. 3, 1. Remember, these are ordered pairs. So 1, 2, 3, up 1, there's a point. 0, 2, there's a point. And then negative 3, up 3, 1, 2, 3, there's a point. You guys can see when I connect these dots, it should form a straight line. There's the line of our graph. Okay, last one I'll show you real quick. Again, y equals 2. So as we said, if it's solved for y, pick x values. All right, so here's x, here's y. We'll pick negative 1. We'll pick negative 0, and we'll pick 1. So now we plug them in. Okay, when x is, it just always says, no matter what y is, it's always going to be 2. So in this case, it's just going to be 2, 2, 2. You get something like that. Again, doesn't matter what you plug in for x. It's telling you y is always going to be 2. What does this equation look like? Well, let's plot those points. So negative 1, 2. So back 1, up 2. There's our point. 0, 2. There's a point. 1, 2. Over 1, up 2. There's a point. So this is a horizontal line. And that concludes our lesson on graphing using linear. Okay.